Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
Woo, this is smooth. Pat, you're the man. Pat, you're the man. Woo, shit.
I'm slipping to get back up. Always stand tall, I'm grinning. I got cuts real deep in bruises scarred. I had to learn how to think with my head and my heart. I've been chewed up, spit out, torn apart. But picking up all the pieces is a form of art. I'm never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast.
YouTube family, what's good with you? It's your boy 2A and LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, I should go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, bam! I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. Alright, fam, before we get this episode rolling, just a couple of disclaimers. I do not sell firearms, nor do I promote the sale of firearms or accessories or anything that would constitute a violation of YouTube community guidelines. Any reviews that I do on firearms or accessories are just that. They are for review purposes only. And if I reference the gun manufacturer or the company that happened to supply the product, I am just referencing that for disclosure purposes. Alright? Now, fam, look. If you are not a member of the 2A in LA fam club, I do not know what you are doing at this point in time. As a member of the fan club, you receive unreleased content. You will receive content early. You become automatically eligible for all the giveaways that we do on our bi-weekly live streams, fam. Look. I believe I offer some of the best giveaway opportunities on YouTube. So make sure you're a member of the fam club. It's only $2.99 a month. Just click on that join button down below. And if you are interested in any of the 2A in LA merchandise, just hit that QR code in the corner. You see it. You see it right there. That will take you to the 2A in LA channel. Also, you can sign up to participate in a lot of our giveaways there. So make sure you hit that QR code. All right, that's it. Now let's get back into the episode. All right, fam, let's get this episode rolling. So look, fam, we're going to start off this episode with a little bit of story time. So once upon a time, your boy purchased a Rafferty Lucky Devil. And I probably had purchased, I don't know, 20 to 30 2011s prior to purchasing the Lucky Devil. I had purchased guns the likes of Venom, the likes of Hayes, the likes of Atlas, and many, many others. And when I got this gun, I was blown away. I was just blown away. I have never shot a gun that was so soft shooting, so accurate, and all the machining that you would expect and the fit and finish that you would expect from the best of the best of the best of the best 2011s. At that time, that gun was and still remains the best 2011 pistol that I have ever shot. I hosted an event here in Los Angeles where I invited out Jeff from the Weapon Collective. I had Tactical Bearded Dad. I had Team Blacksmith. And I had my guys from Covert. And everybody brought guns from their collections. Now, you talk about guys who own the best of the best of the best, guys who have shot the best of the best of the best. I mean, like I said, that day, we had guns from Atlas, from CNC Gunworks, from Dark Forge, from Venom, from Hayes, from Infinity, scattered throughout the range table, right? And at the end of the day, everybody agreed that the Lucky Devil was far and away the best gun that they had shot that day. And that is saying a lot. So imagine my surprise when I'm talking to my guy, Pat Rafferty, the owner and master gunsmith, and the brains behind Rafferty Custom Guns. Imagine me talking to Pat and Pat telling me, Alan, I think that gun could be better. What you talking about, Pat? I felt like Gary Coleman from Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? What? It can be what? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop playing. He said, no. He said, you got that dual kind of inline porting system, but we've developed a new porting system, and I know it will make that gun even better. Then he said, send it back to me. I'll take care of it. What? What? Look, let me tell you something. First of all, when it comes to 2011, there's a few guys, Pat Rafferty being one of them, when they say something about a 2011, if they say it, I consider it a Bible verse. All right? That's just how confident I am in their knowledge base. So even though I couldn't fathom a world where the Lucky Devil was better, if Pat said it, I'm trusting Pat. Right? There's Don at Venom and a couple other guys that are like that. Chris at Combat Precision. But when it comes to guns, I shut up and I listen. Right? And so when he told me to send it back, I was like, look, Pat, I'll fly it back to you. I'll sleep in the cold on your front doorstep while you do the work. I'll sweep up the shop. What do you need? What do you need me to do? He said, just ship it back to me. I got you. So I shipped it out to him, has it for a few weeks working on it, sends it out to be recoded after he does the work on it, and sends it back. And fam, when I tell you, first of all, you know how they say you don't miss it till it's gone? Look, fam, when I went in my gun room and my Lucky Devil wasn't there, it hurt my heart a little bit. Not gonna lie. Even though I knew I was getting it back and it was gonna be bigger and better than ever, it hurt my heart to see it go, I gotta say. But it came back looking stunning, first and foremost. And my man Pat put in that inline progressive porting system, and now it went from like a 2-port porting system to a 4-port system that where the ovals get gradually larger as it moves down the barrel, leading to that comp. Fam. So for this to kind of make some sense to you, I gotta kind of give you a little bit of kind of what the gun was like before. It was flat as all get out. First of all, this is an all steel gun. Steel grip, steel frame, steel slide, right? So it's a heavy gun. So the weight of the gun in and of itself eliminates, and it's shooting 9mm, right? So the weight itself is going to eliminate, I would say, probably 80 to 85% of the felt recoil. Now you added what was then a 2-port system and that big comp. Okay, that was like, that eliminated, probably got it up to like eliminating 95% of the recoil. So even if you were somebody who doesn't have a strong grip, and I wouldn't say I don't have the strongest grip in the world, but even if somebody doesn't have a strong grip, this gun is still going to stay flat. It's going to stay accurate. It was amazing. Like, I had to give it extra points for accuracy because it was so good, because I was backing out to 10, 15, 20, 25 yards, and the holes, it was kind of like going in the same hole. Like, as I went back, it opened up a little bit, but still, we're talking about from 25 yards, like 3, 4 inch, 3.5 inch groups from like 25, 30 yards out, right? So crazy, fam. I took this bad boy out now with that progressive port system, and if I can, I'll put some additional footage up there so you can see it. I was blown away. The gun has zero. So if it was like 95% recoil before, it's 0. It's 100% no recoil now. There is no recoil to be found. Even I was trying to get the gun to malfunction. I was trying to loosen up my grip so that it was super sloppy and nothing. That gun stayed. The dot never left the window, and normally that's a good sign. But not only did the dot not leave the window, I don't even know if the dot moved. I don't even know if the dot moved in the window. It was so laser-like, so light, so effortless. I told you guys when I reviewed that Phoenix Trinity Honcho V2, I did a head-to-head with the Honcho V2 and this one. And I said there is nothing, I apologize to Pat for even putting it in the same breath, but I was so amped up on the Honcho V2 because the Honcho's recoil impulse was non-existent. And I would say probably when it was a 2-port hybrid system, I would say that the recoil impulse was close, but probably where the Honcho V2 was probably 100% zero recoil. Like I said, the Rafferty Lucky Devil was at 95. Okay, well now you got a gun that is manufactured to the nines, fit and finish through the roof. And I would even argue with the upgraded progressive porting system and some of the other tweaks that Pat did, I would even say the fit and finish is a little better now than it was before, and the shootability is definitely better than it was before. And so, fam, this gun is amazing. It has zero, like I said, zero recoil impulse. It's heavy, it's flat, it's fast, it's unbelievably accurate. Like I said when I did the review on this video, like, this gun is the cheat code. Like, you know when you got the video games and you can put the cheat code in, all of a sudden, if you playing Madden, your players can have superhuman ability. This gun is the cheat code. Now, you can put this gun in anybody's hands. I don't care if they've never shot a day in their life. Give them a mag and they're going to be hitting bullseyes. It is silly how easy. It's not fair. It's not fair for a gun to be this good. I said, you know, the Phoenix Trinity Honcho V2 was kind of the funnest gun you could have with 9mm, but the gun does have some weaknesses. It's not, the fit and finish isn't at the top level. Accuracy isn't at top level. Reliability isn't in the top level. But I feel like that's only fair, because if you have a gun that shoots like the Honcho V2 and it's so much fun, you can't have everything, right? You can't, well, can't you? Look, This is the everything. This is the cheat code. This is the best pistol I have ever shot, ever. And the best pistol I have currently in my collection. And so the real question is, fam, given the improvements, given my analysis of the improvements made relative to the fit and finish, the porting, the shootability, accuracy, everything, like, where does this gun end up now relative to its score? This gun, I've revised it as I've gotten more data and more information and I've shot more 2011s, right? So this gun was tied with the Infinity Iconic for the highest score of any gun in my collection. 98 out of a possible 100. And while we're at it, why don't we just kind of walk through the scoring? All right, fam. So originally we gave this gun a 15 out of 15 for fit and finish. I think Pat going back and upgrading this gun, I'd have to give a little edge to the fit and finish. So we're going to give it a 16 out of a possible 15 for fit and finish now. For reliability and durability, the gun got a 15 out of 15 before. We're going to keep it at 15 out of 15 in both categories. All right, fam. Next up for trigger. For trigger, I'll put the pull weight up there, but there's just a hair take up. Crisp clean break. Trigger is crazy light. Sub 2 pound trigger pull for sure. I'm trying to think. The only trigger I've ever shot that feels better than this is the Infinity trigger. I don't know what Infinity does there on crack. The trigger got 15 out of 15 before. It's getting 15 out of 15 now. All right, fam. Next up, accuracy. Look. Typically, you can get a 10 out of 10 in accuracy. This gun was so ridiculously accurate before that I gave it a 2-point bump to a 12. 12 out of possible 10 it got for accuracy. Here's the thing, fam. I think it's more accurate now. I'll put up the accuracy testing I did. I think I did like 7, 15, and 25 yards. Look at the placement. Look at that grouping, fam. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you have a clean trigger pull, it's going to be bullseyes every time. It doesn't matter the distance, really. It doesn't matter the distance. It is insane how accurate the gun is. Look, I had to give it an extra edge. Accuracy, we're going to give it a 13 out of a possible 10. I said it, 13 out of a possible 10. That's how... Look, it's different. It's different. 13 out of a possible 10 for accuracy. Next up, ergonomics. Look, all steel gun, Atlas grip. I love the modularity of the Atlas grip module. You can get that step out there, step out there. I love that about the grip. It feels good. It's a heavy gun, but ergonomics are amazing. The gun is incredibly well balanced. We gave it a 10 out of a 10 for ergonomics. We're going to keep it at 10 out of 10. All right, fam. These next two categories, we're just going to lump them together. Typically speaking, when it comes to aftermarket support and maintenance and upkeep, if it's a 2011, I give it 4 out of 4 in both those categories. Got to break it down every 1,000 rounds or so, or light clean after every range session. And, you know, more and more aftermarket support is coming online. So 4 out of 4 in both those categories. All right, next up, affordability. Look, fam, the problem with the Lucky Double is that I don't want to say it's a one of one. Prior to this one, there were a couple early renditions of it kind of floating out there. And I know Pat is planning on rolling out a few more of these in 2026. but they are, for all intents and purposes, unobtainium. If you get the opportunity to get a Lucky Devil, don't wait, don't think about it, do not pass go, do not collect $200, get it. Get it, because the chances of you coming around and being able to get one later is probably next to impossible. The thing about that is you're also looking at, because it's unobtainium, you're looking at crazy prices. There is no MSRP for these guns because they're custom. If I had to guess what they're going to be selling for in 2026, when he brings a few more of these online, I think you're going to be looking at a price tag north of $12,000, maybe north of 15. So I'm just putting that out there. You know, that will be up to Pat. That will be up to Covert or whatever dealer that Pat works with. But I think you're going to talk a pretty penny. And consequently, we gave this gun before a 0 out of a possible 5 for affordability. I'm keeping it at a 0 out of a possible 5. All right, fam. Last but not least, Flex. Is Instagram. I'm not even going to say the lines. You know they are. Look. First of all, I think the gun is stunning. Even for people who are not fans of that extended comp, even they say they don't care that the Lucky Devil is a stunning looking firearm. And I couldn't agree more. That black with that rose gold, with the rose gold small parts and barrel. I mean, I think it's just a stunning looking firearm. Now you tack on the fact that it is arguably the best shooting pistol in the world. That is not hyperbole. I'm just facts. Facts. One of the best shooting pistols in the world. And you tack on that is damn near unobtainium. I gave it an 8 out of a possible 5 for flex points before. We're going to keep it at an 8 out of a possible 5 now. So look, fam, when you add all of that up, the new score for the Rafferty Lucky Devil, drum roll please, 100 out of a possible 100. What? Stop playing with Pat Rafferty. Stop playing with Rafferty Custom Guns. They are killing the game. The first gun in the history of the channel to get a 100 out of a possible 100 points. A perfect score. The updated, upgraded Rafferty Lucky Devil with the progressive porting package. Pat has shut down the internet. Stop playing with Pat. Woo! Yes, fam. Yes, yes, yes. I don't, look, anybody else who thinks their gun is better, come see me. Come see me, because I promise you, you are in for a disappointment. Like I said, fam, I could see, look, it's my gun, right? And I certainly have a very, very good relationship with Pat. I think very fondly of him. I love his work ethic. I love how meticulous he is with his craft. His want to continue to get better is admirable to me. And and more important than all that, I think he's a really nice guy. And I love surrounding myself with good people. I work every day to try to bring the best version of myself to the world, and I appreciate when other people are the same, and Pat is that way. So yes, there is some bias there, but like I said, fam, when I brought other gun tubers who have the best of the best of the best guns in their collection, and they all say that this is the best gun they've ever shot, and that was before it got improved. So look, like, hey, game over. Game over. Now here's what's crazy, fam. It doesn't get better than 100 out of 100. All you can get is 100 out of 100. But I got some guns coming in 2026 that could also reach similar heights, including another gun from my man Pat Rafferty. More to come on that. But right now, Yeah. The Rafferty Lucky Devil upgraded with a progressive porting system is the king of the hill. All right, fam. That's it for this episode. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.